Today the debate ends. There can be only one HyperKO king, and I've decided who takes that throne. Hello and welcome to Fit to Box. I'm Coach Simon, and here on Fit to Box I'll bring you all things boxing equipment. Today is a great day because I'm comparing the three HyperKOs that have come out, the originals, the OGs, the ones, the twos, the super futuristic twos, and then the recently bought out threes. And I'm going to go through each section to compare and to rate and to rank what I think of each of the boots, not only for themselves, but also against each other. So let's start off with style. Okay, so the style when it comes to the HyperKO ones, people love the style of these boots. You've got the front Velcro across there, and then as you go around, these come out in some fantastic colorways. And I really like these. These was the original ones, which were the ones which Manny Pacquiao, hence why it's got the Manny Pacquiao there. It's got Pacquiao on the heel. It's also got Manny, but when Manny Pacquiao got dropped by Nike, then obviously the later ones had Nike there and not the Manny Pacquiao on the heel. But still a fantastic looking boot, and the colorways that they had, people loved them. You could always find a boot in the ones that could fit your style or fit your kit. Then we go on to the twos. Okay, radically different with that sort of sock and cage, with a beautiful wraparound sole. And these boots were fantastic, and I love these boots when it comes to the style. And there's a sole as well. Particular favourite colourway of mine is these ones. I really do like wearing these. Fantastic, and they come in so many different colours. Okay, and that brings me on to the threes. Okay, so these are still futuristic, based on these boots here more than the twos. But you can see with those fins all around the boot, you've got the Velcro across the front, the same as on the ones, and bring that round. Very, very radical looking, and there with the sole as well. And then again, even at the back, really sort of stylish and radical. Now, when it comes to the scoring of them, I have gone style for these, 98. 98 for these. And then I've gone 97 for these. And the reason I've gone that is these ones are just so classic, just so simple, so straightforward. Everybody loves the ones. Absolute lovely style of these. I absolutely love to wear these boots. I think that Cajun sock really does lend it to those boots. So again, fantastic style. These ones, when I first saw a picture of them, I wasn't that blown away. I definitely think they have grown on me. But if I had to pick out of the three, I would favour the ones and the twos. Comfort. These boots here, very, very comfortable, and also super, super lightweight. Very good when it comes to in the ring and actual performance. These are superb. Then it comes to the comfort on these. And when I first got them, the comfort in this area here did sort of pinch my foot. They're also quite a heavy boot, and I'll come to that later. But for that reason, these are not as comfortable as the ones. And then when it comes to the threes, comfortable boots, I did find that there, in that position there, on the toe, the first couple of days, was pressing down. I've had to put some sort of material in there. I've stretched out the boots. I think that if you went up half a size, they would be more comfortable. So in terms of the ranking for comfort, I have got 97 for the ones. I have got 95 for the twos, and I've got 96 for the threes. So in terms of that, we have got first, second, and third place when it comes to comfort. Durability, again with the ones. Durability on these, there was some problems with the ends coming away on these, and also when using them, sometimes this sole did sort of bald off, so did go sort of flat and smooth and shiny. So those was the two things that really on these boots were a concern over time. I have had these for years and years and years, and I've always wore them in the ring. You can still see that the sole has held up fantastically well, and I haven't experienced that problem there on the front. So if you look after your boots, you can get them to last for years and years and years. So durability wise, they have been great boots for me. Then we come on to these boots, and with these boots they had quite a few durability problems. In particular, these lace loops just breaking, which wasn't great. On these as well, I also had to get this particular section here on the one boot. When I first had them, I had to get that restitched, which again wasn't great for a boot that was £189.99 at the time. And also what I've had to do on the other boot, I've wore them that much that it sort of split here, and I've had that repaired by a local cobbler. So I have used them a tremendous amount. The sole is very durable. The sole is more durable than the ones, but some big problems when it came to the durability of these for those people that were hurrying to put the boots on. They were yanking at the laces and then causing these bits here to break, and of course that's very disappointing for a boot that costs as much as this does. And then on these ones, obviously it's a bit of a prediction, it's a bit of a future prediction by me here. I don't think we're going to have any problems when it comes to the toe area because they have curled it up a little bit there. Also, when it comes to the lace holes, I think these are going to avoid the problems that you had with the HyperKO 2 because they have changed how those lace holes are done. And then when it comes to the sole, I think this is a very durable sole, the way that they've designed it. And so I really do think that they have answered some questions with these boots. Let's go number one first. These boots, durability 95. These boots, 96 durability. That's mainly because of the sole being so durable. And also, if you take your time with them when you're putting them on and taking them off, you can, as I've done, avoid these breaking. But I do understand that some people have had huge problems with those. So that's a difficult durability to do. Overall, though, that sole will last more than the first ones. And so I've gone durability 96. When it comes to the threes, I think they have improved on both of the previous versions. And for that reason, this is how it's going to go. Durability there, there, and there, with this one being durability of 95, this one 96, and this one 97. Performance of the ones, absolutely love the performance of these, and people love them because of how lightweight they are and how comfortable they are. So performance-wise, these are a great, great boot, and I have scored these 98. Then we come on to the twos. Now, when it comes to the twos, although I really like how they perform, I have to acknowledge that they are heavy. And because they're heavy in those later rounds, you do find that these are heavier on the legs. And so I've marked them down in comparison to the other two boots. And then the threes, again, getting back to the ones in terms of performance, not as lightweight, but great feel and also comfortable. So the scoring goes as follows. Performance, we have got for the ones 98, for the threes 98, and for the twos I have gone 97. Sole, if I was to say there was a weak point on this boot, it would be the sole. That does bulge off sometimes when you've used them a lot, especially outside of the ring, and also they did have them problems on the toe end. It is a very lightweight sole, that goes in its favour of course, and so when it comes to the sole, I think that's the worst part about the HyperKO ones. I have scored that 94. And then what I've got for the sole, I think it's a really durable sole, really great design, love the sole on these, but also I have to point out the sole on them is heavy, and because it's heavy, that's why I'm putting that in second position in sole 97. Okay, and then first of all, I think they have gone lighter weight with the sole, and also the design of the sole on this one I absolutely love. And so this is the scores for sole: 94, 97 and 98. Value for money, these are actually a boot legend now. Because they don't really do runs of them where you can buy any of the colours. It's normally just limited drops on the colours, and that's why I sort of put them as a boot legend. But when it comes to value for money, I think they're a great value for money boot. It's a shame that they're not still fully available, but of course the 2s and now the 3s have come out, so I can see why, but there'll always be a place in people's hearts for the 1s. For the 2s, the base models were £189.99, and obviously they had special editions like this one that was slightly more, but I do think as long as you look after them and you're not too rough with those lace loops, these have been a fantastic boot for me, and I've really enjoyed owning them, and I have several pairs of these. And then these £199.99, or if you have the SE editions, £209.99. And because of that, I am going to give this, when it comes to value for money, I'm going to give it 95 first place. I'm going to give it joint second, value for money, 94 and 94 for those 2 boots. So as you can see, I'll put onto the screen the scorecards. The scorecard, first of all, for the 1s. That's a 5-star legend status boot. Love these boots. I've had them in many colours over the years. Really love how comfortable they are. And these come out at about 10.5 ounces, which is super, super lightweight. And that's really important when it comes to the performance of these. The 2s, yeah, they are a heavy boot at 16.1 ounces each in the UK 11. But 5 stars, and I did rank them exactly the same score, 96.1 as the 1s. And then the new kid on the block, the 3s, these 12.5 ounce each when it comes to the weight, and I have awarded them 5 Fit to Box stars, absolutely superb, and these have come out at 96.6. I definitely feel that they have learnt from the 1s, they have learnt from the 2s, and they've incorporated those improvements in these. They are not as heavy as the 2s, they are not as light as the 1s, but they've made an improvement on the sole, which is more durable, and they've also made improvements in the durability areas of the laces, and also when it comes to their end as well. So I really love what they've done. When it comes to sizes, I found these true to size. I'm a UK 11 and I wear a UK 11. When it comes to the 2s, I'm a UK 11 and I had to get a UK 12 in these. And when it comes to the 3s, I'm a UK 11. These are actually UK 11. They do fit me. I had a couple of days of discomfort at the start, but that is now improved loads. But I think if you go up half a size, I think that would be better. If you've got wider feet, then obviously I would say go up a full size when it comes to these. So if you have got wider feet or you want some extra room in that toe area, then go for a UK 12 if you are a UK 11. So essentially half a size or a size up when it comes to these boots. And let's come on to wide feet. These are quite a narrow boot, as you can see. These also a little bit wider, a little bit bigger. Obviously, I've got them in the size above, and then you've got these, which are a little bit wider than the originals, but I wouldn't say that any of these boots really are for wide feet. You have got, as I said, when it comes to comfort on this one, a bit of a pinch there when you first got them, and I've got normal feet, so if they were any wider, that would have hurt even more. So when it comes to wide feet, these boots may be to avoid. And then when it comes to all of them have got a slight arch in them, which means that if you've got flat feet, you will know whether or not that's comfortable for you. So in summing up, we have a new champion, and that is the Nike HyperKO 3s. Very, very good boots. I love what they've done. I absolutely think that the colourways that they've brought out are superb. I really am a big fan of HyperKOs. I had a lot of the ones and still love them after all these years. With these ones, I've got the red, I've got the blue, I've got the white and the pink and the orange, and I've also got the leopard print ones as well, the bright orange ones. Again, I do find myself reaching for these a lot. I love the style of those. They're just a little bit heavy. And then somewhere in between, they've hit the sweet spot when it comes to these boots, to mean that these have rated higher than both of these boots. But I have to say, I think that they're all 5-star boots, and because of that, it really is up to you what you prefer. In truth, you won't go wrong with any of these boots, but I love the improvement. I love the fact that they've updated the look of these, and I also love the fact that they've gone back to their roots a little bit when it comes to the feel and the fit of them. They've very much gone based on these boots and not on these boots. But I hope these stick around for quite a while because I love them and how they look. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe to Fit to Box, and I shall speak to you soon.